Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. In the last lesson, I asked you to read the lesson Rural Local Self-Government and sent you some videos that could give you an overview of what basically we are going to study in this chapter. Now begin the chapter. It is important that we know why do we study civics. So come to page number 94. And you can see importance of civics. The study of civics is there, and there's importance of civics also. Okay, so let me just read out that for you so that you get the understanding of why is there a need to begin with or learn civics. Civics helps us understand how the government of a country works. For example, in India, the central government looks after defense, finances and foreign relation. The state governments look after agriculture, education and law and order within the states. A system of local self-government looks after rural and urban areas. So children, India, as you know, is a land of many villages also. Okay, and if we just give a thinking that if the central government that is in the center, will it be able to manage those villages and the law and order and all those things which are required to run the administration smoothly? Will it be possible by the central government which sits in the center of the country and manages all those villages across the country? No. In that case, we need another layer of government which helps the central government to carry out such things. So, we have the state governments. So, according to the states, according to the requirement of a state, the state governments figures out the need of creating laws related to agriculture, education, law, etc. But the central government majorly looks after the defense, finances and foreign relations, because for example, if there is an enemy or enemy attack, the state is not going to send, for example, Haryana is not going to send its army or its police to go and fight with someone on the border. Okay, that is taken care by the Indian army. Okay, and that is taken care by the central government. But to maintain law and order, we have our own Haryana police or the Punjab police which takes care of the law and order in the state. Then the state, in a particular state, we have so many villages. So, we have another layer of government which takes care of the villages and the cities specifically. And there is where we have local self-government, both for rural means villages and urban means towns and cities. All citizens are expected to abide by the laws formed by the government. Now, in the school also, we have our do's and don'ts, and we expect all students to follow them. Similarly, we are citizens, so we must follow the rules made by the government. Civics tells us how these laws are made and implemented. So, when we study civics, we also come to know how these laws are made and how are they brought into practice. Citizens also have their rights and duties. The study of civics is important to know and understand the rights that we enjoy and the duties that we must fulfill as citizens of a country. So, now that we all are citizens of country, we all have our duties and responsibilities, yes, to take our nation further. So, since we enjoy certain rights, we also are expected to fulfill our duties. Civics teaches us, underline this, very important, how to lead a disciplined life and live together in harmony. So, this civics also helps us to understand how we can live a disciplined life, and we all of different societies and community live together in harmony, in peace. It helps us understand our role as members of a society. It also helps us to understand what is our role as being citizens, what is our role. Civics helps us to grow into responsible citizens. So each of us are citizens of India, and it helps us to be responsible citizens. So that was the overview of why civics is important to learn. Let's begin with the chapter. Chapter number 10, page number 95. You can put today's date there on top. Now children, the get set on top where you can see Vandana Bahadur Maida, this get set you can tick mark it and write down. It is only for reading. The get set is only for reading. Please turn your page on page 96. On top you have features of a panchayat. Please mark it learn for exam. The whole block that you can see, sources of income and the features of panchayat within that block. All of that is important for exams. Page number 97, more to know. Please mark it only for reading. Then we come to page 98. We have for the first unit, we have that first paragraph just above the block level. Till there we have till unit 1. So the line above the block level is, if a person feels that he or she has not received justice, then an appeal can be made at a higher court of justice. Till there it is there going to be for unit 1. Okay. The sources of income for block samiti is not in unit 1, it will be in unit 2. That is there on top right on page 98. Okay, till there we have in just above the block level we have in unit 1. Then new words, we have governance and registration fee in unit 1. You can mark it. Okay, let us begin with the reading of the chapter. Long ago, humans lived on trees and in caves. As humans are social beings, they lived in a group. Earlier, human lived on trees or caves. Then, because we know that humans are social beings, they lived in groups. A group of people living together in a place is called a community. You can underline this line. A group of people living together in a place is called a community. So you can put a question also, what is a community? The earliest community life begins in a family. So when as small children, or when a child is born, he has parents, okay, he might have a sibling. So this earliest community that child gets is the family, because a group of people are living together, but it's just his family members there. But a wider one is when you have neighbors and you have friends around. Let's see, the community gets wider to include neighborhoods, schools and so on. So people who are living near your house are your neighbors. They are also part of your community. That means certain people living together at one place. Some people live in societies, so that is, you have a society also. And then you go to school. It's a particular set of children who come to particular school. They are also one community. Villages, towns and cities are also part of that wider community. So as the area increases, the scope of that community also increases. People living in villages, underline this line, towns and cities need facility such as clean drinking water, electricity, well constructed and properly maintained roads and efficient medical services. Now whether you are in a town, a city or a village, you need clean drinking water, electricity, well constructed and properly maintained roads and, most important, efficient medical services. You can underline these facilities that are required. A government attends to these needs. So who makes it sure that we have clean drinking water and well constructed roads, medical services? It is the government. Now why is there a need for local self-government? You can put a question there. Why is there a need for local self-government? Let's begin. India is a very large country. Therefore, it is very difficult to attend to the administration and problems of the whole country by a single government. Just as I read a little while ago, that one government in the center can't take care of all those villages that we have and run the administration as effectively. So, what is required? To make governance easy and more efficient, local self-governments have been formed. Please underline that line. So, we had a question, why do we need local self-government? The answer is that it is very difficult to attend the administration and the problems of the whole country by a single government. So, to make governance easy and more efficient, local self-governments have been formed. And what does governance mean? It is a new word. It means the act of governing. That means carrying out or supervising, okay, and telling what is to be done. Next paragraph, a local self-government is a system where local people are involved in managing the administration of their area. So, please underline this line. A local self-government is a system. What happens there? Local people are involved in managing the administration of their area. Now, what happens here? People who are of that particular area are involved in managing the administration. Okay. For example, people participate in the development work related to agriculture, irrigation, electricity, education, health, maintenance of roads and sanitation. Please underline these areas. These are examples where people participate in development work of the local area. And what are that work? What could be those areas? Agriculture, irrigation, electricity and so on. So, you can put a question there. Name the areas where people of the local area participate in development works. Name the areas where people of the local area participate in development work. So, your answer can be people participate in the development work related to agriculture, irrigation, electricity, education, health, maintenance of roads and sanitation. Since people understand the problems of their area better, they do not neglect those problems. But obvious, if the person is from that particular area, he would understand the problem of that area in a better way, and he will not neglect those problems. So, it is important that the person from that local area is, one who's managing the administration of that area. They work towards solving the problems quickly and efficiently. In doing so, people learn to be responsible and self-reliant. So, why they think it is important that a person from that particular area is a member of the local government? Because that person would know the problem very well. Secondly, he will not, neglect the problem. Thirdly, he will look for a solution quickly and efficiently. For example, if in your class, there is a class monitor who is appointed from another class. Do you think that class monitor will be able to manage better, or a monitor from your class will do? Similarly, obviously the person from your class can manage your class better rather than someone from another section. Yes, similarly, someone from that particular area, local area, can understand the problems better way and manage the administration in a better way. Local self-governing bodies are of two kinds. Please underline this. So, the local self-governing bodies are of two types, rural and urban. Put 1 rural and number 2 urban. Rural is related to villages and urban is related to towns and cities. Panchayati Raj is the local self-government body that function in the rural areas. Please underline this. Very important. Which is the local self-governing body that functions in rural areas? The answer will be Panchayati Raj. The municipality is the local self-government body that function in urban areas. Please underline this next also. The municipality is the self-governing body, government body that functions in urban areas. So we know that there are two governing bodies. One is rural and one is urban. Which government body is for rural? Panchayati Raj. And which one is for urban? Municipality. Now children, look at it, this diagram or the structure that is given for the government of India. How does the management or the administration, how does the administration work? On top we see central government. Yes, we know that the central government is on top. It is highest government. Currently it is led by Narendra Modi ji. The next come state government. So each state it has its own government. Again, elections are differently conducted for each state and the public elects via the voting power, and that's how the state governments are formed. So we have different governments in different states. Then we have local self-government. To make the administration more efficient, another level of government under the state government is the local self-government. One is rural, which is the Panchayati Raj system, and another one is urban, where we have municipalities. So children, we will just read this portion today and give this a reading once again. And you can also try solving the first fill in the blank. The answer to the first fill in the blank is, says, a dash is a system where local people are involved in managing the administration of their area. What do you think the answer will be? A local self-government. Yes, a local self-government is a system where local people are involved in managing the administration of the area. Let us see the first true and false. Panchayati Raj system works in urban areas. Is it correct? We just now studied what works in urban areas? Municipality. And what works in Panchayat? Where does the Panchayati Raj work? It works in rural. So the answer is false. Okay. So I will leave you with this portion today. Give it a reading, children, and we will continue in the next class. Thank you.